Hi and welcome to this fortnight's video blog. Thanks for linking in. This is video blog number 22. Who would have thought? I remember starting this in June last year after a few written blogs, decided to change the format to a video blog and started very raw, very organic, very amateurish, and now we are 22 vlogs in, and as you can see, nothing much has changed, but I'm glad you've linked in. And this is number 4 of a series of 4 for now on decision making. We looked firstly at the importance of decisions. What are the factors that are important in making decisions? We looked then at leaders shoot for ownership, not compliance, making sure they get buy-in. Last time we looked at healthy leaders make healthy decisions, looked at the health of leaders, and there's more to say on that in the future, no doubt. And this fortnight I want to focus on the thought that good leaders rigorously evaluate decisions. Good leaders rigorously evaluate decisions. And that's really important so that we know how we're going, so that we know whether we're actually getting the outcomes we plan to get, so we know whether we're hitting the KPIs we chose in the first place. So rigorous and robust evaluation is really important, and that's what this video blog's about for a number of reasons. First one of those is rigorous evaluation really talks to the integrity of the decision-making process and to the integrity of the leader or the leadership group who are making the decision. So that if it's built into the decision-making process, you know there's an integrity there, because we are generally prone sometimes to sugarcoat outcomes. So we aim for something and we don't make it, but we don't actually come and say that. Let me show you with what happens with a graphic that's not particularly technologically advanced, but here it is. We make a decision and we aim for something. Here's the target we're aiming for, and so we shoot towards that. But what we find happens, we actually hit over here. And instead of saying, look, we didn't make the target, what we sometimes do is we draw another target around where we've hit and then say, oh, we did make our target. We feel better about it and we feel we've achieved something. But what we're actually saying is we didn't hit the target we aimed for. Now, and unless we rigorously evaluate, you never really discover that. And the new target you hit might be even better than the one you aimed for, but you never know unless you rigorously evaluate the decision making that you've undertaken. And so rigorous evaluation helps you in that process and shows an integrity of the process and integrity of you as a leader or your leadership team. Second thing I'd say is rigorous evaluation helps us develop a fail well culture. Fail well almost sounds like an oxymoron. How can you fail and it be well at the same time? But failing well is really important. Develop a fail well culture. One of the greatest fears we have in life is the fear of failure. And that's very true in organisations and businesses and churches and all sorts of places where we see it in operation. But we have this fear of failure, that somehow the contribution I make brings disappointment and doesn't bring the outcomes we want, rather than achieving what we hoped it would achieve. And we're never quite sure if that failure is going to lead to us being penalised in some way or even losing your job. So we sometimes we can fudge results, or we can make them sound better than they are, we can exaggerate. But if we rigorously evaluate and develop that culture in an organisation, then it's a culture that says we're going to learn from every success and every failure so that we can be better next time. So that if we do fail, we don't meet our targets or meet our goals and our outcomes, then if we're still going to learn from that because we've reviewed well why, and next time we'll be better and we'll develop that, what I would call a fail well culture, that we're not locked into shocking failure. If we do not meet what we're meant to meet, we can still learn from that, and next time we can be a better organisation. Third thing I'd say is to rigorously evaluate sends a message to the whole organisation, to staff and supporters. It sends a message to the whole organisation when we know we're going to rigorously evaluate the decisions we make and the outcomes we achieve. If you don't evaluate amongst staff, firstly, you can have devastating results, devastating effects when that happens. So you might have a situation where a decision is a joint effort of a number of groups or a number of people, and what you find is that if some group or some person is putting in 100% and another group's continuously or continually putting in, say, 70%, and there's no evaluation, and we just accept the outcomes, what actually happens is that the group or the people who are putting in 100% either say this is no good and leave, or else they say, well, I only need to put 70% in because it doesn't matter. Nobody assesses, nobody checks, nobody manages, and you actually lessen the effectiveness and lessen the input and the outcome of that organisation. Everyone becomes happy with mediocrity. So actually rigorous evaluation sends a whole message to the staff that we take this seriously. This is important. And when you come to the supporter level, if you've got supporters of your organisation, when they see that you are fair income about rigorously evaluating what you're aiming for and honest and transparent about communicating it, when they see that happens, you're much more likely to develop a stickability amongst supporters who say, yeah, I'm glad I'm part of an organisation that takes this seriously, and that's really important. So supporters and staff, it's really important to build that in to the culture of any decision making. So good leaders, in fact great leaders, rigorously evaluate decisions, and we know how we're going and how it's all happening for us. That's why it's important to do that. So we finished a series of 4 on decision making. I hope it's been helpful. We'll do some more later on. But that's all for this kind of series of 4. And next fortnight, we'll take a different tack. Not quite sure yet, but we'll take a different tack. But in the meantime, again, thanks for linking in. Stay well, take care, and go well. Thank you.